When we think of hospice and palliative medicine, our minds often focus on the patient. We think about providing comfort, managing pain, and ensuring dignity during the final stages of life. But the circle of care doesn't end when a patient's life does. There is another crucial phase that begins: the care for those left behind. This is known as bereavement care. It is a planned, compassionate service designed to support family members and loved ones through their journey of grief. It's not an afterthought. It's a fundamental part of the promise that hospice makes to the entire family. This care acknowledges that loss is a profound and often difficult experience. Bereavement care is a specialized form of support that starts with the understanding that grief is a natural response to losing someone you love. However, natural does not mean easy. The process can be overwhelming, filled with a wide range of emotions from deep sadness to anger, guilt, and even confusion. Hospice bereavement programs are there to help people navigate these complicated feelings in a safe and supportive environment. They provide a bridge, helping families transition from the intense period of caregiving to the new reality of life without their loved one. The support is tailored to the unique needs of each person, because every relationship and every loss is different. The support offered through bereavement care is proactive. It often begins before the patient has passed away, as families start to face the reality of an impending loss. This is sometimes called anticipatory grief. By establishing a relationship with the family early on, the hospice team can provide resources and a listening ear, preparing them for the difficult days ahead. After the death, the care continues, often for a year or even longer. This extended timeline is critical because grief does not follow a set schedule. It has its own rhythm, with challenges that can surface weeks, months, or even a year after the loss, especially around holidays or anniversaries. This commitment to the family underscores a core philosophy of hospice: that care extends to the entire family unit. The journey of a terminal illness impacts everyone involved. Spouses, children, siblings, and close friends all experience the emotional weight of the situation. Bereavement care is the formal recognition of their pain and their need for healing. It is a promise that they will not be left to walk the path of grief alone. It provides a structured yet flexible framework of support, ensuring that the legacy of care continues long after a patient has found their final peace, helping those who remain to find theirs as well. The primary goal of bereavement care is to provide comprehensive emotional support. Grief unleashes a torrent of feelings that can be difficult to manage alone. Sadness, loneliness, and despair are common, but so are anger, relief, or even a sense of numbness. Bereavement professionals help individuals understand that these emotions are a normal part of the grieving process. They create a safe space where people can express their feelings without judgment. The goal is not to erase the pain, but to help people learn to live with it. By validating these emotions, caregivers empower the bereaved to process their loss in a healthy way, reducing the risk of complicated grief. Another vital pillar is spiritual support. For many people, the death of a loved one raises profound questions about life, faith, and meaning. It can test long-held beliefs, or for others, become a time of deep spiritual connection. Hospice chaplains and spiritual counselors are trained to walk alongside individuals from all backgrounds. Whether they belong to a specific faith tradition or have no religious affiliation at all. They do not impose beliefs, but rather listen and help people explore their own spiritual questions. This support can provide immense comfort, helping people find a sense of peace or purpose in the midst of their sorrow, and it honors the deeply personal nature of this journey. Practical support is also a key component of bereavement care. After a death, families are often faced with a mountain of logistical tasks that can feel overwhelming. These can include planning a memorial service, settling financial affairs, dealing with paperwork, or simply managing daily household chores that the deceased used to handle. Bereavement teams can offer guidance, connect families with legal or financial experts, or simply provide a checklist to make these tasks more manageable. Relieving some of this practical burden frees up emotional energy, allowing the bereaved to focus on their grief and the process of healing, rather than getting lost in administrative details during a vulnerable time. Finally, protecting mental health is a fundamental goal. While grief itself is not a mental illness, it can sometimes lead to conditions like depression or anxiety, especially if a person has a history of mental health challenges or lacks a strong support system. Bereavement counselors are trained to recognize the signs of complicated grief or other mental health issues. They can provide initial counseling, and if needed, refer individuals to specialized therapists or psychiatrists for more intensive treatment. This proactive approach ensures that people receive the right level of care, preventing the long-term consequences that can arise when grief becomes a debilitating mental health condition. The delivery of bereavement care is a team effort, involving a diverse group of professionals and volunteers who each bring unique skills to the table. At the forefront are often the hospice social workers. These individuals are experts in navigating complex emotional and social landscapes. They have typically been involved with the family throughout the patient's illness, building a foundation of trust. Social workers are skilled in counseling, crisis intervention, and connecting families with community resources. They understand the family's dynamics and can provide support that is tailored specifically to their history, their strengths, and their specific challenges, making them a central figure in the bereavement process. Chaplains and spiritual care coordinators play an equally important role on the bereavement team. Their focus is on the spiritual and existential aspects of grief. These professionals are trained to support people from all walks of life, respecting every individual's beliefs and values. They provide a non-judgmental presence, helping the bereaved to grapple with questions of meaning, purpose, and faith in the wake of loss. For many, this spiritual guidance can be a powerful source of comfort and resilience. Chaplains often lead memorial services and facilitate discussions that help people find solace and hope, honoring the spiritual dimension of the human experience of loss. Professional counselors and therapists are also key members of the team. These are mental health specialists with specific training in grief and loss. They provide one-on-one counseling, family therapy, and facilitate support groups. Their expertise is crucial for helping individuals who may be struggling with complicated grief, trauma, or other mental health conditions triggered by the death. They use evidence-based therapeutic techniques to help people develop coping strategies, process painful emotions, and work towards integrating the loss into their lives in a healthy way. Their involvement ensures a high standard of psychological care is available to those who need it most. We must also recognize the incredible contribution of trained volunteers. These compassionate individuals are often the heart of a bereavement program. Many have experienced significant loss themselves and are motivated by a desire to help others on a similar path. Volunteers may make regular check-in phone calls, assist with mailings of bereavement literature, or help organize memorial events. Their simple act of reaching out can make a profound difference, reminding the bereaved that they are not forgotten. This peer-like support provides a unique kind of comfort and connection, reinforcing the message that the community truly cares. Pathways to healing in bereavement care are, well, as varied as the people who seek them. Bereavement care is delivered through a variety of methods, designed to meet the diverse needs of grieving individuals and families. One of the most common and effective components is individual counseling. This one-on-one support provides a private, confidential space for a person to explore their deepest feelings about the loss. A trained grief counselor can help the individual identify coping mechanisms, work through complex emotions like guilt or anger, and navigate the personal challenges of their grief journey. This personalized approach is essential because every person's experience of loss is unique, and individual counseling allows for support that is tailored specifically to their needs and circumstances. Support groups are another powerful pathway to healing. These groups bring together people who have experienced a similar type of loss. For example, a group for widows and widowers, or one for adults who have lost a parent. Sharing experiences with others who truly understand can be incredibly validating and comforting. It reduces feelings of isolation and creates a sense of community. In these groups, members can share stories, offer practical advice, and simply listen to one another. Facilitated by a professional, these groups provide a structured environment for mutual support, helping members learn from each other as they navigate their grief together. Hospice organizations also host memorial services and events of remembrance. These gatherings provide a formal opportunity for families and hospice staff to come together to honor the memory of those who have passed away. These events might be an annual service, a candle lighting ceremony, or a butterfly release. They serve a vital function by creating a shared ritual that acknowledges the collective loss of the community. For families, participating in such an event can be a meaningful part of their healing, reinforcing the idea that their loved one's life had an impact and that their memory continues to be cherished by others. Finally, ongoing contact and educational resources are a key part of the long-term follow-up. Most hospice bereavement programs continue for at least 13 months, a period that covers the first anniversary of the death. This support often comes in the form of regular phone calls, newsletters, or mailings with information about grief and coping. These resources help normalize the grieving process, by explaining common reactions and offering practical tips for navigating difficult times, like holidays or birthdays. This sustained, gentle contact serves as a consistent reminder to the bereaved that support is still available and that they have not been forgotten. The importance of bereavement care cannot be overstated. It is a critical final chapter in the continuum of compassionate hospice care. Its primary impact is on promoting healthy healing. Grief, when left unaddressed, can become a chronic and debilitating condition. It can lead to social isolation, physical health problems, and serious mental health issues like prolonged grief disorder or major depression. By providing timely and professional support, bereavement care acts as a preventative measure. It gives people the tools and the space they need to process their loss constructively, helping them to integrate the experience into their lives without letting it completely define their future. Bereavement care also plays a vital role in validating the grief experience. In a society that is often uncomfortable with death and sadness, grieving individuals can feel pressured to get over it or be strong. This can make them feel very alone in their sorrow. Bereavement programs send a powerful countercultural message. Your pain is real, your feelings are valid, and it is okay to take the time you need to heal. This validation is profoundly comforting. It normalizes the messy, nonlinear process of grieving and empowers individuals to honor their own emotional journey without shame or apology, which is a cornerstone of emotional recovery. Furthermore, this support strengthens family resilience. The death of a family member can strain relationships, as different people grieve in different ways and at different paces. Misunderstandings and conflicts can arise when communication breaks down. Family counseling and support groups offered through bereavement care can help bridge these gaps. They provide a neutral ground where family members can learn to understand and support one another through their shared loss. This helps preserve family unity during a vulnerable time and can equip them with better communication skills that will serve them long after the initial period of grief has passed. Ultimately, proper bereavement care helps people find a way to honor the memory of their loved one while moving forward with their own lives. The goal is not to forget the person who died, but to find a new way of carrying that relationship forward. It is about transforming the pain of absence into a cherished memory that can be a source of strength and love. By supporting families through this difficult transition, hospice bereavement care provides a final, lasting act of kindness. It ensures that the legacy of the deceased is one of love and connection, and it helps those left behind to rediscover hope, meaning, and the capacity for joy.